On April 15th, PSC had the privilege of hosting Beth Cobert, the Deputy Director of Management for the Office of Management and Budget, at a PSC Dialogue Luncheon.
The PSC and the members that all of you represent are vital partners to us at OMB and across the government. Sustaining the dialogue between our organizations and with us more broadly is really important to me and to all of us as we think about what we need to do to execute the government's mission.
During the discussion, Ms. Cobert highlighted the importance of ongoing collaboration between government and industry and delved into the 4 key pillars of the President's management agenda.
To summarize the key pillars of the agenda, they focuses on 4 areas: effectiveness, efficiency, economic growth, and people and culture.
With regards to effectiveness, Ms. Cobert highlighted the need for smarter IT delivery and the ability to leverage existing flexibilities to partner with the private sector.
And mostly we're focused on improving the way the government delivers for Americans.
With regards to efficiency, she highlighted the expanding strategic sourcing and shared services initiatives of the federal government and the gains made in data center consolidation, among other things.
We're committed to finding ways to deliver the best possible customer service to the American people. To make progress in this area, we're focused on getting the best talent working inside of government, the best companies working with government, and enable those companies that work with government to do their best work. We want to focus on the quality and value of core operations, particularly administrative services within the government, to enhance productivity and increase cost savings. One of the areas we remain focused on is expanding strategic sourcing, using the federal government's buying power to save on essential purchases. We're also focusing on increasing the use of shared services across government in human resources, finance, and IT. We want to expand on the successful efforts underway in this area, as well as other important initiatives that are continuing from the first term, whether that's lowering administrative overhead, cutting improper payments, saving on real estate costs, reforming military acquisition, and consolidating data centers.
Regarding economic growth, Ms. Cobert highlighted the importance of using government data transparency to fuel growth and eliminate fraud.
Private companies have used government data to bring transparency to retirement plans, to help consumers find fraudulent charges on their credit card bills, to help all of us navigate around through the various incarnations on our smartphones that utilize things like GPS. We continue to support opening up federal data, especially for high-impact sectors like education, healthcare, energy, and tourism.
When discussing the people and culture pillar, Ms. Cobert reiterated the need to implement and expand training for the right skills and to continue to drive towards achieving a culture of excellence across the government. This recommendation closely mirrors a lot of what PSC had highlighted in its 2013 PSC Leadership Commission report.
We all know, and I think all of you know as well, that when you get a great acquisition officer who really understands the flexibility that exists, is willing to use that and put it into practice, is working closely with the mission side of an agency to think about what needs are, you can develop very effective vehicles, you can develop really effective working relationships. We've all seen, and I'm sure you see as well, the difference that having really talented people, really engaged people in those core roles. We're working on that as part of the agenda. We're also working on recruiting the next generation of federal leaders so that we can sustain our workforce so it can continue the work and do the work of the nation for decades to come.
In addition to discussing the management agenda, Ms. Cobert also addressed cybersecurity and the conclusions and recommendations of the OMB-led 120-day review focused on security clearance and suitability reviews.
It was a true interagency effort. As I described to the folks at my table, we had representatives from each of these agencies working together on a daily basis. The final report identified 13 recommendations to improve how the government performs suitability determinations and security and clearances to ensure the safety of our federal workers and to ensure protection of classified federal information.
Among the recommendations that Ms. Cobert makes was the need to achieve better information sharing between state, local, and federal governments, increased oversight, and the need to more effectively leverage technology and continuous evaluation to achieve efficiencies and better outcomes with regards to background investigations and adjudications. Ms. Cobert also reiterated the PSC view that it's important to treat contractors and federal employees equally under the process.
Because national security is no less critical when the work is performed by contractors than it was when it is performed by federal employees. And frankly, the men and women who make up the contractor workforce are no less patriotic than their government counterparts.
Ms. Cobert also discussed recent labor policy initiatives that have emerged from the White House and had this to say about the role of contractors.
We believe that federal contractors can be a model for how all companies should operate, and that you are already well positioned to set a high bar for best practices within the industry. We believe you can deliver best value for the taxpayer dollar along with being a model of great business practice. We also look forward to working with you to identify areas where the current requirements we have for working with the acquisition community could be streamlined, or where we can provide more support to you. We've received some very helpful input already from PSC as part of this dialogue, and we look forward to continuing that in the weeks and months ahead.
In conclusion, Ms. Cobert renewed her call for ongoing collaboration between government and PSC and urged PSC to continue its leadership on acquisition and other business-related policies.
Thanks for having me here today, and thanks for all the work you do every day.
We had a great dialogue discussion with Ms. Cobert, and we look forward to doing more dialogue series as part of PSC's broader outreach to the government. Pay close attention to the PSC website to learn more.